What's up guys, I'm Mark about the Software and Hardware Solutions, and today we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone's update that they recently released. Now, they recently released a update for Call of Duty Warzone that was a couple of hundred megs. Now, I did a lot of research on Reddit, on social media platforms, and also just on the news for Warzone, what they did with this new update. Now, what they did with this new update is they updated a couple of things inside the game for AMD and Nvidia users. So I do not know if this actually worked for people with AMD, but it did not work for me as a Nvidia user because I jumped straight into a game this morning and I saw no improvement in my game at all. So I do not know what Warzone is doing. Like, honestly, I do not know. This game is broken and everyone knows it. And this is why we have YouTube channels out here like me to help you guys out with Warzone, with FPS boost guides and all those type of things. Alright, so they brought out this new update for people that's rocking AMD graphics cards and for people that's rocking Nvidia graphics cards. Now, I'm a Nvidia user. Now, I tried this out myself and went into a game and I saw no improvement whatsoever. Now, today I'm going to show you a ultimate FPS boost guide. I'm going to go through a lot of steps today, and if you've never done these steps, do these steps and you're going to get a drastic performance increase on your Windows and inside your games. Now, this is for everyone out there. It doesn't matter what user you are. If you're a laptop user, desktop user, gaming laptop user, gaming desktop user, it doesn't matter. You are just going to follow my steps, and I'm going to show you the ultimate FPS boost guide for Warzone and for your Windows setup that you're currently running. Now, like I said, this is for all users out there, so you just need to follow my steps, and I'm going to show you what you're going to need to do. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm on my desktop right now. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go to the search button over here and type in settings, just like this, and press enter. You're going to go to update and security and say check for updates. It's highly recommended to keep your Windows up to date on a regular basis because your Windows needs to be up to date to have your games running smoothly and your Windows running smoothly as possible. Alright, once you're done with that, you're going to go to the home page over here and you go to system. Once you're over system, the first thing that's going to pop up is display. Now, for all the people out there that subscribe to my YouTube channel, that is leaving me feedback and comments and stuff like that, I just want to go over that actually. Thanks to everyone out there that's subscribing to my YouTube channel and watching my videos and leaving me feedbacks and giving me comments and stuff like that, because it actually means a lot to me, because I reply to all the people that subscribe to my YouTube channel that is loyal to me and I am loyal back to them, and that's why I reply to their messages. Alright, so as you can see here, I have 3 displays. I actually have 2 displays. These two are 1080p monitors at 60 Hz, and this is a 4K 55-inch curved smart Samsung TV that I play my games on. Now, I had a comment on one of my YouTube videos for Warzone, and they asked me, yo dude, why do you keep your settings like that? For what reason? The reason why I keep my settings for Warzone for my TV is because I'm playing my game on a TV and not on a gaming monitor or a display. It is a physical TV. It is not a gaming monitor or a display. It is a TV. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, once you're over here, what you're going to need to do is go to notifications and actions, and you're going to turn all of these off. I highly recommend switching this off because it actually slows down your system and it uses resources of your computer to keep these notifications on. You're going to go to focus assist and you're going to make sure that this is off, and you're going to switch off everything off inside of here. Once you're done with that, you're going to go to power and sleep and make sure this is on never and this is on never. Now, for laptop users out there, this is your own personal preference. You can change this to whatever you want to. If you're a desktop user, you can also change this to whatever you want to. I just keep mine on never because then it doesn't go to sleep and my screen doesn't turn off. Once you're done with that, you go to storage. Now, I keep mine off. A lot of people are saying that you can keep this on and it helps you to free up space. That's your own personal preference. I keep mine off because I'm an advanced PC user. If you are an advanced PC user, I highly recommend switching this off. If you're not an advanced PC user, switch this on and it can help you free up space. Once you're done with that, you go to tablet and you're going to use these 2 modes over here, where it says use the appropriate mode for my hardware and select this option. Where it says don't switch to tablet mode, you're going to switch that option. Keep these 2 options on. Once you're done with that, you go to multitasking. Now, this plays a very big important role with your setup. Okay, if you have multiple displays or multiple monitors, you can put this on. If you only have 1 display or 1 monitor, you switch this off. This plays a very, very big role. If you only have 1 display, you switch it off. If you have multiple displays like me, like this, you are going to change this to on, and you're going to keep it on if you have multiple displays, and you're going to keep these settings over here. Now, if you have 1 display, you are also going to keep these settings over here, where it says only the desktop I'm using and only the desktop I'm using. So just copy my settings. Once you're done with that, you are going to go to projecting this PC, and you're going to see that everything is off over here. Once you're done with that, you go to shared experience and you're going to switch this off and you're going to make sure this is off as well. You go to clipboard, and once you're in clipboard over here, you switch this off and you just say clear over here. And once that's done, you're going to go to the remote desktop. Make sure this is turned off. And once you're done with that, you're going to go back to your home button over here and you're going to go back to Windows settings. Right, ladies and gentlemen, once you're done with that, what you're going to need to do is go to gaming, and you're going to go to this gaming option over here, and it's going to show you Xbox Game Bar. I highly recommend switching this off because you don't need this at all. Where it says captures, you're going to make sure that everything is off inside here as well. Where it says game mode, now I've tried this on my own personal old rig of mine. I've tried this on laptops. I tried this on my own new rig that I'm running right now. This option actually does nothing. Now, you can play around with this. This is your own personal preference. You can try and play around with this. If this helps you, then use it. If it doesn't, switch it off. I have tried this with multiple setups. Now, like I said before, not everyone has the exact same computers or the exact same laptops. So what you can do is switch this on and try your game out. If you switch this off and try your game out and your game does nothing happens inside your game, then I highly recommend switching this off. If you switch it on and you get maybe FPS boost or your game is much better, then switch it on. It's your own personal preference depending on the system that you're running. Once you're done with that, you go to the home screen over here and we're going to do something really, really important inside here. Right, so from here, you're going to go to personalize and you're going to go to colors over here on the left hand side and you're going to change this from light. If you have yours as light like this, you're going to change it to dark. When it's on light, it uses more resources of your computer to have the light option on. I highly recommend do not switch the transparency effect on, just switch it off and choose a dark color to be in the background. The darker your stuff is on your computer or your laptop, the less resources it's going to use on your computer. Right, so once you're done with that, you are going to go to the home page over here and I'm going to show you another important step that you're going to need to take. Right, ladies and gentlemen, so what you're going to need to do is go to the apps over here and you're going to go to apps and features. You are going to uninstall every single thing on your computer that you do not need. It's very important to keep your PC or your C drive as clean as possible and do not let your C drive be in the red, let it be in the blue. Now, these over here, do not touch these, do not uninstall them. They play a very big role inside your games and with Windows itself. Alright, once you're done with that, what you're going to need to do is go to offline maps and you're going to delete all maps over here and say delete all maps. And you're going to switch all of these off. You're going to go to apps for websites and you're going to switch both of these off and you're going to go to video playback. Over here, you're going to switch this off and do not tick this box. You're going to go to startup and these play a very, very important role inside your Windows, inside your operating system. Now, if you're a laptop user, you might have a lot of stuff that says Intel inside of it. I highly recommend do not switch them off because you might run into a blue screen error of death and your Windows is not going to boot. If you are a desktop user like me or a laptop user, it doesn't matter what user you are. If you have Origin and Steam and let's say Battle.net inside here and stuff like that, like Cortana or Zoom calls or stuff like that, switch them off because it helps a lot with performance by your PC booting up faster and these apps won't run in the background and use resources of your computer. Alright, so once you're done with that, you're going to go back to the home page over here. I'm going to show you what you're going to need to do. Alright, so once you're done with that, what you're going to need to do is go to privacy over here, and you're going to scroll down all the way down where it says background apps. You're going to click on background apps and switch this off. So these applications, all these stuff at the background won't run in the background because if you switch them on, they are all going to run in the background and use resources of your computer, and you do not want that. So switch this off and it's highly recommended to switch it off so it doesn't use resources in the background of your computer while you're playing your games. Right, once you're done with that, you're going to close out of this. I'm going to show you some steps which you're going to need to take to help you boost FPS in your game and inside your Windows to get a better overall experience with your Windows and your games. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, once you're on your desktop like this, sorry about all the cuts in my videos. I am going away for a week and I won't be uploading videos, so I'm making this last video for you guys just for now because I'm going away for a week and I have to keep answering my phone, so I'm doing a lot of cuts in my videos. So you're seeing a lot of cuts in my videos. I'm sorry about that. It's just that the phone calls that I'm getting is very important for me to take. Alright, so once you're on your desktop like this, what you're going to need to do is I highly recommend doing this every time before you go into Warzone. You do these two steps. You go to the search button over here and you type in run just like this, and you're going to type in shift 5 to bring up the percentage symbol. Type in temp, shift 5 for the percentage symbol, and press enter. Now I'm going to move this from my other monitor and just bring this up to my screen. You're going to click on anything over here. Now you might have a lot of stuff inside of here. Just press Control and A, highlight everything, right click on it and say delete. Just say skip and just say skip because Windows is currently using these two files. Right, close out of that and then just empty a recycling bin and just say yes. Once you're done with that, you're going to go back to the Run tab. There's an easier way of doing this. Just press the Windows key and R, and then you have your Run tab as well. You're going to type in prefetch, just like this, and press Enter. Now I'm going to open this up. You're going to click on anything inside this box, press Control and A, highlight everything, right click on it, say delete, and say skip. Now Windows is currently using this file, so you can't delete this file. Once you're done with that, you close out of this, empty out your recycling bin, and just say yes, delete everything inside of here. Now this is highly recommended to do every day when you boot up your Windows or every time you start using your computer before you actually do anything on your computer like playing Warzone or playing games or using your computer in general. Do these two steps and it will help you with performance by a lot. Alright, let me show you what you're going to need to do next. Alright, so what you're going to need to do next is go to the search button over here and you're going to type in edit power plan just like this and go to edit power plan. Now for all the people that is subscribed to my YouTube channel, they know what I did inside here. Now, the people that subscribe to my YouTube channel follow this step as well because I actually found out a different way to make this, not just for Warzone, but for every single game that you are ever going to play on your system. We are going to make a power plan option and some settings for your Windows for Warzone and every single other game that you're going to play. So I'm making this video for you guys today because I'm going away for a week. And this will be my last video for until I get back home, and I'll start uploading more videos for you guys on a regular basis like I do. Now, like I said before, I'm sorry about all the cuts in my videos. It's just that I have a lot of phone calls that I'm getting that needs to be answered. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, what you're going to need to do is you go to the power options over here, and what we're going to need to do is this. Okay, so now instead of creating a power plan specifically for Warzone, you're going to go to high performance over here, and you're going to go to change plan settings. Now, you might have my YouTube subscribers that has made a power plan for Warzone. Okay, I'm just going to do it and show you how to take it away because a lot of people might not know how to do this. Because I'm just going to create a power plan and I'm just going to type here anything inside here. So I'm just going to call it 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and say next. I'm going to say create. Okay, so let's just say this is the Warzone one that we created before. What you're going to need to do is you're going to click on high performance, then click on this button over here and say delete plan. You say yes once you're done with that, and you'll have high performance. Now keep it on high performance and you're going to change plan settings. You are going to go to change advanced power settings and you're going to go here. Now it's going to say high performance and active. Now we want one performance, just one, for every game you are going to play and for your Windows. So you don't have to have an active power plan just for Warzone. You're going to have an active power plan that's the best to use for every single game that you're going to play and for Windows itself to be used. Okay, so where you go to hard disk, everyone knows this, that's on my YouTube channel, to change this to never. If you are new to my YouTube channel, where it says turn off hard disk after, yours might say 10 minutes like this, or 20 minutes like this. All you're going to need to do is go into this box and type in 0 and say apply. Click on anything and it's going to say never, and it will turn your hard drive off never. So your hard drive will never turn off, especially if you're running this game or you're running your Windows on a mechanical hard drive, meaning it's a hard drive that has a disk inside of it. Now, if you have an SSD, I also highly recommend you do this since I'm running SSDs on my system, and I also put this on never, so the hard drive or the SSD doesn't switch off after 10 or 20 minutes. Alright, where it says Internet Explorer, put this on maximum performance. Okay, once you're done with that, where it says desktop background settings, and where it says slideshow, you say available. Once that is done, you go to wireless adaptive settings, and you go to power saving mode. You put it on maximum performance. This one over here where it says sleep, where you go sleep after, you put it on never. Allow hybrid sleep, you can put this on, your own personal preference. Where it says allow wake timers, you're going to put this on enabled. Where it says USB settings, you're going to put this on enabled. Once that is done, we're just going to minimize out of this. And where it says PCI Express, you're going to change this to off. Once that is done, you go to processor power management. Now, if you're a laptop user, you're going to get two options inside of this minimum processor state. It's going to say on battery and plugged in. You just click on this plus sign. It's going to say on battery and plugged in for laptop users. Desktop users, you're only going to get one option. You're going to change this to 100%. So if yours is anything lower than 100%, change it to 100 and say apply. Scroll all the way down where it says maximum processor state, change this to 100%. If you're a desktop user, you're only going to get one option. Like I said, if you're a laptop user, you're going to get two. One's going to say on battery and one's going to say plugged in. You're going to make sure that this is on 100%. Once you're done with that, you say okay, And this one is now changed for every single game that you're going to play, and it's on the best performance for your Windows. So your Windows will run perfectly fine without any problems. All right, let's jump into the next step and let's get this going. All right, what you're going to need to do next is go to the search button over here and just type in system settings, just like this. And it's going to say view advanced system settings. You're going to open this up and it's going to say advanced. You're going to click on the settings gear icon over here and you're going to copy my settings over here. If you do not like my settings, or however the case might be, but for me, this works perfectly fine. So you could just copy my settings and apply it. If you do not like these settings, or you have a mid-tier or a low-tier gaming PC, then I highly recommend putting this on performance. If you have a really good computer, like a really beast machine, you can put this on best appearance, all right? But you could just copy my settings over here and you should be good to go. Just apply it once you ticked all these boxes. Just untick these two over here and tick everything else and just say apply, say okay, and now we're going to jump straight into the game. I'm going to show you some settings what you're going to need to use to get more FPS out of your game. Alright, let's jump straight into that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm in Battle.net right now, and as you can see, it actually has an update. When it has the little green thing here at the top, it says you need to restart for the update. I highly recommend restarting it after it has done an update. So just click on restart and do the update. So let it just do that. Okay, so it's doing the update. Don't spam my email. Anyways, so once you open up your Battle.net and it looks like this, okay, you open up your Battle.net. Now, here's Warzone, there's my Black Ops Cold War. So you go to Warzone over here, you go to this little gear icon over here, and you go to Show in Explorer. You open up this box, okay, and you go to Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Double click on this, scroll all the way down. Where it says Modern Warfare, it's the exe file, it's the biggest file in this thing, and you right click on it and say Properties, and go to Compatibility Mode. Now, I highly recommend changing this for all users. Click on this, and click on Disable Full Screen Optimization, and click on Run this program as administrator, because this will help you not let your game crash. And this one here will help you with your graphics card. Trust me, these two settings do work, and it helps a lot. Once you tick these two boxes and you never ticked them before, you just say apply, go to change high DPI settings, tick this box, and put this on when I signed into Windows. Do not put it on I open this program, because this actually helps every time you just boot into Windows. Like I said before, guys, I'm making this video for you guys to help you out, because I won't be uploading videos for almost like a week because I'll be gone, okay? This actually helps more than this one, because this one is just when you open up the program. This one will help for when you sign into Windows every time you switch your PC on, because a lot of people out there actually switch their laptops and PCs off, okay? I'm not one of those users. My PC is on constantly. It never goes off, okay? And that's why I have mine like this, okay? So for most users that switch their PCs off and stuff like that, I highly recommend putting this I signed into Windows, put it on that, and then this one here which says high DPI scaling override, tick this box, put it on application, do not put it on system, do not put it on system enhanced. I tested these two, it actually makes the game worse. Put it on application, say okay, say apply, say okay, and close out of this. Just close out of this and come back in here. Once you're done with that, what you're going to need to do is this. You go to the Battle.net icon over here, go to settings, and where you go and see apps, you're going to change this third box here to exit Battle.net completely. Do not make it say minimize Battle.net to system tray, because it's going to minimize it here, over there, and it's going to use resources of your computer in the background while you're playing anything on Battle.net, like Warzone. Just say exit Battle.net completely, scroll down, and just say done. If it asks you to restart your Battle.net, just restart it and come back into this app, okay? Just go back into settings, go back into app. Where it says use browser hardware acceleration, untick this box if it's ticked. If it looks like this, just untick it, okay? So untick it and then say restart, okay? If you've never done this before, then you say done. And now we're going to jump straight into the game, and I'm going to show you what you're going to need to do next. All right, let's jump straight into that. Right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm in Warzone right now, so I highly recommend these over here, where it says installing shaders to optimize performance during gameplay. Let this packet finish, where it says packet 1, packet 2, packet 3. Let it say installation complete in green, like that. Then you jump into the game. Don't rush the game while that is installing at the top and say play and go search for a game, and that's still hovering up there. If you do that, your game is going to stutter, it's going to lag, you're going to get FPS loss, and your game is going to be really, really bad. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to go to options over here, and we're going to go to graphics. All right, first thing you're going to need to do is put this on full screen mode. I highly recommend putting this on full screen and keep it on full screen. Do not play around with this. I actually highly recommend to not play around with this. I found out, I looked up, I did some research. Do not play this at anything else. I know if you have a really bad computer or a low-end gaming PC and stuff like that, you try all these other ones and stuff like that. Don't. Just don't. Put this at full screen. Put it at the monitor that you're currently using. So like I said, I'm using a Samsung TV. Okay? Put this on your graphics card and put this at the refresh rate of your monitor or your display. So if you have a 60 Hertz monitor, you put it at 60. If you have a 120 Hertz monitor, you put it at 120. If you have a 144 Hertz monitor, you put it at 144. If you have a 240 Hertz monitor, you put it at 240. A lot of people can't put this at 240 because this game is so broken in anyways. So put it on 144 if you have a 240 Hertz monitor, and then just change a couple of settings, and you will be able to get that 240 FPS in your game. Okay, over here, this render resolution, if you have a 1080p display, I highly recommend keeping this on 100 and your game will look good. Your game will also look good if you're getting FPS loss with a 1080p display or a 1080p monitor. All you need to do is tick on this box and type in 95 and press enter. Okay? Don't worry, your game will not look like this. It will still look like this. You will just get more FPS out of your game. You can even change this from like 95 to about 90 and press enter and keep it like this. Your game will still be fine. This is for low-end gaming PC users. If you've got a high-end gaming PC, then obviously you're going to put this on 100 and keep it on 100, just like that. Okay, this one here, you're going to keep on automatic. Do not play around with this. Keep it at automatic. This one here, where it says VSync, okay, I disable mine because now I can do uncapped FPS. Okay, so I disable it. This one here, you're going to put on unlimited. This one here, you're going to put on disabled. This, you do not put this on enable or on enable plus boost. If you've got a really good graphics card, like an Nvidia, you can put this on enable plus boost. It actually helps with a little bit of frames and it makes the gameplay experience a little bit better. You might lose also like 2 or 3 frames, but the experience in the gameplay itself when you play, it helps a lot. If you are a Nvidia user or an AMD user, I know it says Nvidia, alright, but apparently with this game, I don't know why, Warzone's weird, everyone knows this, okay, put this on. Okay, on enable plus boost, and it actually helps a little bit with the gameplay experience. You might lose a little bit of frames, or you might even get more frames out of your game. Just play around with this. If you have a low-end gaming PC, I highly recommend putting this on disable. Okay, this one is just if your thing has either fucked out, or it's stuck, or it's hovering there, or you know Warzone. Everyone knows Warzone. Warzone is completely broken, so if it's still stuck there, then you just click on this button and it will restart the shader installation. Okay, this one over here, you keep on 2.2. That's the best setting that I found for my system, but everyone has their own personal preference, so you can play around with this and see what it does. Okay, but just keep it on this and it will actually just help you a lot. Okay, streaming quality, you put this at low. Texture resolution, you keep this at high or you keep this at normal. If you're running anything like a 4 gig graphics card, if you're running anything like a 6 gig or higher, you put this at high. Okay, this one you can put on high because you want your game to look like that, not like this. Okay, this one here, you're going to keep on high because it absolutely does nothing to your system. Just keep it on high. This one here, you're going to enable. Tessellation, keep on all because you want your game to look good. This one here, you're going to disable it. Do not enable this. Do not. It's going to make your game worse. Okay, disable that. And this one over here, you can actually put on low. If you've got a very low-end gaming PC or a low-end gaming laptop, you put this at low. You do not even need the shadows in this game. Okay, or you can put it on normal. If you've got a really good computer, you can put this on whatever you like. You can put this on extra. It depends on the system that you're running. Everyone out there has different systems. Okay, so I just keep mine either on low or I keep it on normal. Okay, so I'm just going to put it on low. This one here plays a very big role on different systems. Everyone has different systems. Not everyone has the same computers. Okay, a lot of people have different computers. A lot of people have different graphics cards. A lot of people have different RAMs, you know, like 16 gigs, 32 gigs. But it also depends on the speed of the RAM and all those things, all those juicy things, you know. So anyways, You can put this on, both of these. Put them on and try your game out. If you lose FPS, disable them. If you don't lose FPS and you still have these on, keep them on. It actually makes the game look better. Okay? This one, you can keep on Ultra because it does nothing to your computer. Just keep it on Ultra. DirectX Ray Tracing, if you've got a really good computer, okay? If you've got a really good computer, and you can enable this, and your game still runs fine, then enable it, okay? If I have it on, my game runs fine, but I put it off because the game actually feels better when this is off, okay? Anyways, this one over here, you're going to put on both. This one over here, you are not going to put this on low or normal or on high. You're going to put this on disable. Trust me, you'll get more FPS out of your game. This over here, you do not put this full because then your game's going to look like that. You put this all the way down to the bottom and your game's going to look like that. Okay, Nvidia DLSS. This is for 30 series graphics cards. This also works with my 20 series graphics card. I don't play around with this. I keep it on disable. This is your own personal preference depending on the system that you're running. Again, I'm going to say it. Depending on the system that you are running. If you're running a really good computer, you can play around with this, especially if you have a Nvidia graphics card that's a high-end graphics card. You can play around with this, okay? I keep mine on disable, and I keep mine like this, and my quality of my game looks absolutely beautiful. So I do not play around with this. This does work with my 20 series card, but I don't play with it. I keep it disabled, and I keep this on, and my game looks good. Okay? Depth of field, you're going to disable this. You do not need this. It's a multiplayer game. Don't use this. World motion blur, you are going to disable this. You are not going to put this on. Please, just don't put it on. If you put this on, it's going to look like that, and not like this. If you disable it, it's going to look like this. And when you move too fast left and right and stuff like that, nothing is going to blur on your monitor. Alright? Okay, cool. This one over here where it says weapon motion blur, okay? You're going to put this on disable so it looks like this, not like that. This is a multiplayer game and it's a game where you want to win and you want to wreck people. So obviously you want to put this on disable. This one over here, film game, you are not going to put this full because if you put this full, your game's going to look pixelated. You want it to look crystal clear like that, so you put this all the way down. This one over here, you're going to put at disable. This one over here, what you can do is you can cap your FPS with this option, okay? So if you want to do, let's say, I don't know, let's just say you want to do, okay, let me actually type it because it actually works much better. So let's say you want to do 100 FPS. You type in 100 and you apply the settings and it will cap it at 100. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Warzone is broken. We all know this. Okay, so let's just say you have a low-end gaming PC and you want to do 60 FPS and you want to do 60 FPS solid and you want to do that 60 FPS solid, but in some cases you will drop FPS, but don't worry, this will try and boost it and keep it at 60 FPS. So you type in 60 FPS and you press enter and keep it at 60. If you want to do anything higher and you know you've got a really good machine and you want to do like 120, 140, 200 FPS, let's say 250, 300, there around, then put this on 300 just like that, the max that it can go to. You apply these settings and you'll get more FPS out of your game. Now, if this works for you guys, leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new here, and as always, peace out.